Hey guys, welcome back to Dungeon Crawl 0.33. Let's play a Mountain Dwarf Delver. So delving is a very difficult start. You basically get given a few nice scrolls and the haste potion, but as a punishment you start off in D5 with only a down guaranteed. So our goal is to work our way back up. See, I saw this green and I thought maybe I'll be able to get a really quick temple. And as we see here, I was able to only kill one thing before I got my temple. So that's kind of a side effect of being a delver sometimes, is you get like lucky and you're near a temple. The question is what are we going to do? Maybe Makhleb, maybe Che. I'm just thinking of cool things that like getting a good head start on. I mean, like every god you want to have immediately, basically, but what's one that like collects pips that you want to build up towards? So something like Ash and Zari, you can start getting triggers quicker, but I have less things to apply as trigger locations, or curse, maybe is the better word of saying it. That could be Nemelex. I think I'm going to go with Makhleb. I do want to have a deep Makhleb win, and it certainly helps to start off immediately unlocked. Also, this is a good invocation species, so that certainly doesn't hurt. That being said, we still have to escape up to the top, so this is no guarantee. Mountain Dwarfs I didn't mention yet, but we can actually do spell casting even with heavier armor, and we can use enchant weapon and enchant armor scrolls on items that are rand artifacts. Thankfully, dragon things can't open doors. I wonder if scorpions can open doors. Hopefully not. So far, see, like humanoids can. Thankfully, close the door. So as you can see, there's a funeral chant going on. Like, we're not going to be doing that, even if like sometimes it's like you enter this floor when you're supposed to, and you don't even do the funeral chant. You might enter it, but you actually just don't do the thing. So the chances of like we're not doing that today. So we just pretend that's not happening because we're not doing it. No chance. I guess I'll pick this up just to have it. I don't know. I don't necessarily plan on being like a caster type, but it's certainly here for us if we so choose to go that way. Let's get out of here. Okay, we're at D3. Almost to D1. Once you're into like D2, you're okay. That being said, I don't want to necessarily deal with a Terrence. So I'm going to go up to D2. Let's escape into a hall. I can kill these things at my power level, as long as it's in the hall. And so now we are kind of in our environment, our intended location, give or take. The kind of XP we got along the way has probably brought us to like D2 quality anyways. That being said, I do want to get back up. Lesser Beckoning. So this kind of like translocation side of things is actually, well, I guess we're -2 translocations, which isn't the greatest it's not the worst, but I was gonna say, like, if we're gonna be doing stuff, maybe like a translocation, you know, messing with melee location stuff, we can, our spellcasting is less encumbered by armor. So maybe we head that way, but here's our exit. So now we're like we weren't a Delver, other than losing out on whatever you would have gained by being, I don't know, a fighter or something, an extra piece of armor, level 2 war axe, you know, that kind of thing. We are now reset into escaping the whole Delver start negation, or negatives, maybe is a better word. Ooh, let's try to get to a hall. A level 1 knoll would have been very scary, but we were already exploring the map plenty by this point. Anyway, so we're just kind of caught up to where we needed to be, and now we can play the game, you know, and not be afraid of everything we see. Oh, this is sick chainmail. +7 with, like, the deck's cool, you know, but, like, that, it's funny, like, you're less encumbered by armor, and this is the kind of thing that lets you also be even more extended. You get the defenses, but well beyond your leveling curve, but also the encumbrance is lower than, like, plate armor or whatever, you know? So we are actually weirdly leaning towards actually having to cast things, or being able to cast things, more than, you know, typical. So I'll kind of rev that up a bit. That being said, I'll lean into the invocations probably a bit more than that. Although it's tough. I want to get that axes up and that fighting up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're playing a really, like, slim build right now, in a good way. We're defensive yet slim. Ooh, gloves. We have a really cool looking character today. He's got like a orange yellow T-Mog. So I'm not in love with this guy spamming us with the wand action, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, this might get bad. No, we're okay. Okay, that was a little tight. Now we are Makhleb, 2 pips. So we're already getting health. We're already able to technically unleash some destruction. Being a Delver who immediately finds their temple is almost like being a monk, where, like, the first time you worship your god, you start with an extra pip of piety. Well, we kind of, like, almost mocked that out by just having an instantaneous collection of piety. Okay. Now the thing with Makhleb is that it kind of turns your melee character into slightly a caster character. So that part has nothing to do with our encumbrance and all that. I didn't notice this at the time. I guess we were on the floor too short, but there's a sewer on this floor. We've probably missed it. But we did get an alert. I don't expect to arrive in it. When you're a Delver, you tend to, like, miss out on those early game things. That's another negative of being a Delver. Like, I haven't even seen an alert in a while, so it's unlikely. We have all this intellect. It's funny. So I can beckon, and blink. Yeah, we've almost, yeah, we definitely have lost the sewer. Here's where, or you know, somewhere near where we are right here, maybe around the corner a bit. Okay, yeah, even if this was a natural sewer, you know, this whole pattern of hiding the door would have really trolled us anyways. Yeah, no worries. That's what you get for being a delver sometimes. So we have 8 of J, so that's almost certainly an identification. So I'm just going to read it, and let's try to find healing. Got it. Find... I mean, we only have one-offs now, so now we're just, like, picking and prodding. But I did find curing. That was my goal. Let's go for teleport. Nothing, and so now we're just... Well, we got it, and so now I have a free-for-all. And so I guess my goal is to try to get some acquirements early, and so I'll try to pick off some of these scrolls. So far we got Blinked, Brand, and Silence, and that's all we've got on us to read. So actually, so far, pretty clean sniping of good stuff. We've got our baseline Delver knowledge, plus the extended collection of what I would call the primary, you know, consumables. Cool. I don't want to deal with that in that scenario, so let's go this way. So this is where we started, right here. This is our starting position. So now we've kind of caught up to where we're at. As just a note, as a mountain dwarf, we can improve this, I would imagine. I don't know what the cap is for this item. I'm having troubles reading this. It's not really giving me some context. I wouldn't know how to check. Maybe +7 is the cap, but I would hope it would tell me, oh, you can't enchant this further. Usually it says something like, even with your dwarven skills, you can't enchant this any further. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Hoping to get a war axe. Oops. Let's go axe. Nothing yet. Just some, like, our current weakness is our weaponry. I already have gloves. So we've got like a Knoll orc castle here. Probably some dogs around the rim here. Or maybe it's going to be like some dragons or something. There's some dogs, yep. Once you play enough, you start to learn the patterns of some of these in-vault or in-floor scenarios. And this kind of orc Knoll castle has dogs around it. They're kind of like guard dogs, if you will. MO. Whew. Okay, work our way down some potions here. Cool. Let's try to use the water to our advantage. Either they stand in water and get weak, or they hold off and we can kind of take advantage of that. Could do better, but that's good enough. I'm gonna... What should I do? Unleash destruction on this guy. Cool. Just felt a little bit susceptible. I think he had the halberd. That's probably why I thought of it. You want to let your piety build as best as you can. Ooh, we just got the Hermit's Talisman. Honestly, yes, we're gonna do that today. It gives us a locked-in 12 invo. You can't use evo, which is fine, whatever. I get some bonus MP. Sure, that doesn't affect me really. I suppose it helps me in the future if I do some casting. And I have a Faith Amulet, which is great for Makhleb. It makes me be able to, do things, that Makhleb does more often. This is the Hermit's also nice for something like I suppose like a Yuska Yaw, so you can instantly have that 14. That's all you really need most of the time. There's a little bit more action here than I would typically like. I could probably use some of my Evos. It's not like they're going to ever get any better. Not sure exactly how I killed that thing, but sure. I'm gonna Infernal and Infernal. This is not great. Let me light. I'm not loving having all these things just charge at me. Ooh. I'm Makhleb uses your health. So I'm like killing myself. Oof. Okay. Good to remind myself now, because later on it might be a little bit less of a nice thing to know. I really dislike how many things are coming at me constantly. Let's root. And let's poison. And please let me heal. Thank you very much. Gotta remember that. Makhleb is health-based. And I really want to break out of this little area. It's like a constant stream of dudes. Makhleb does like, assistance in health regen, but it does have its own built-in little pattern to it. Oh my, just constant creatures. You don't notice how many constant creatures there are until you're being hounded by them everywhere. Okay, let's see. I think I saw some boomerangs. Okay, anything else? All good. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, now, I mean, the downside with Invocation being locked at 14 is we're a +3 character, and so, I mean, theoretically, you're going to be training way easier past 14. But what I might do is take advantage of it being 14 and then hit my cap on Makhleb quicker, get my branding or whatever it's called. And then if I get a better amulet between now and whenever, I'll start swapping off of it and training my own invo if I need to. So that's okay. Enchant weapon. All right. We still don't have a nice weapon. So, as a note, we're now officially the furthest down the map that we've been so far. Of course, as the Delver, we started at 5. I don't think I ever went down to 6, so... I don't know how I... Did I get teleported? Was that a trap or something? Yeah. Great. Okay, I'm going to work my way upwards. Try to line it up in the tower, in the line here. Kill the teleporter ones. Ideally kill the corrosive one before he controls us. I think I'm gonna have to... Whew, okay. Really annoying. I gotta get my health up, so I'm gonna prioritize that for sure. I mean, my blink and all that stuff is all settled. I could probably drop training that. So I'll like stop that at 3 and stop that at 3, and then that'll rev up my fighting faster. Okay. Cool. So at least we have some options other than this, this selection of int. Be really cool if I could get an ice axe. Got some boots, although no, I don't have boots. My feet are naturally yellow, it appears. Build up that strength. Let's get out of here. Whew. Well, here's an axe of something, anti-magic. I suppose, well, by default, it's better than what I have. Okay, I'm gonna do a servant. And hopefully we combine to be dangerous. Cool. This guy can often be very scary, so that was nice to see. Okay, and that's a trident of venom, so that's just better than my just base trident. Cool. So these are better weaponry. It's not insane weaponry, that's for sure, but it's, I mean, I won't complain. Certainly nothing to write home about, but that is what we're dealing with right now. So we got our boots. Good news is this anti-magic doesn't mess with us as far as I'm aware in any way. So that's okay. Let's go with J. We really know our stuff today in terms of our scrolls and potions. It's almost like we're Ash and Zari. Karare. Yeah, we're just getting so many of these identifies that we're keeping ahead of the curve with regards to our like we're getting identifies before we're getting new things to identify. The anti-magic part is pretty cool for dealing with these, you know, caster types. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna cure. That was a little aggressive. +2 would do it. Cool. We do have to keep in mind that we can cast things, and so there is a scenario where we push towards a special weapon, or sorry, special spell. Nothing too crazy yet so far, though. I wonder what my aptitudes are like. Necro's good. Fire Magic's good. Earth's good. Forgecraft's good. So maybe that's kind of where we lean. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I'm not going to just learn kinetic grapple. Or no? I've been calling it grapple. Is that grapple? I don't think it's grapple, like grabbing somebody. Is it trying to be like shrapnel? But like with a funny play on it? I'm not sure actually now. Weird. I'm gonna reset. Let's pull up. Okay, I was trying to hopefully not have to use the poison. Or curing, that is, because we're pretty low, but sometimes it just ticks down on you. So Necro and Forgecraft are probably the top tier kind of edge, spell offshoots that we could do. Oh, oof. A Raiju this early. I gotta do something major about this. I think I'm gonna have to unleash destruction on it as much as I can. Okay, yeah, because that literally, whatever this lightning themed junk is right here, this can kill me so easily. So these guys are susceptible to poison as well as flame wand. I don't have a flame wand, so I'm gonna poison and back away. You kind of try to poison them. Because they kind of stay a little poisoned. As you go around the corner. Yeah, because one died there. Ooh, another Raiju. Okay. This better be a cloak of poison, well, it's of harm, and I said poison, but I meant to say of lightning resistance. It's not like there is an actual cloak of lightning resistance, but maybe there would have been a specialty one or something. I don't know. Maybe a cloak of resistance for to deal with all that RLX this early is a pretty sizable task. Hopefully, I was hoping we would have gotten rewarded for it. What kind of axe? Just a one rip. It's just worse. So this is going to be a battle axe +5. We don't have any shield yet, even though we kind of want to have a shield. Where's this at? It's 1.1 at 30 damage versus 12 at yeah. So right now we want to use this battle axe. I'm not necessarily a full game two-handed axe kind of guy. But when that's the best you've got, and you're not getting like hit by not having a shield, or you're not like you don't already have established a shield, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe that's just what you have to do for now. Amnesia. Yeah. I might stop armor for a bit and just pump up this axe and fighting to get the attack swing and my health up. Normally I don't do that, but with this weird Makhleb scenario where health matters even more than normal, I'm kind of feeling that, as well as the fact that I'm currently being forced into using an axe that I would normally not use, and it has its own level of requirements that deal with its min swing, that it's like, okay, I kind of need to get some work done here. Like the damage throughput of the axe is great. It's just the defense is which you lack if you don't go with the shield. Magic regen, not going to be doing that today. I got to remember I can lesser beckon. I can also blink, although that's a little bit less usual. So we're just about to hit the 30-minute mark, which is our current new standard cutoff point for an episode. And so we'll call it there for this Mountain Dwarf. This is a Mountain Dwarf Delver, because we started at level 5 and all that, of Makhleb. So yeah, just to recap, we started off at that Delver point, level 5. We actually got a very quick temple, which is sometimes the case when you're a Delver, if you're lucky. We worked our way back up. We saw some things that were interesting about like certain things can open doors and certain things can't. So you can sometimes take advantage of that if you're trying to escape things. Worked our way up. Unlocked our Makhleb pretty darn early. It's almost like we had a monk start. We got this cool hermit pendant, which is a weird little play of the game. If I get some sick amulet, I might replace it, because my it's not like my species is like a negative 1 invocation. I'll be able to quickly rev that up with a +3. But having just guaranteed 14 to start off early game is pretty cool. And Faith is nice to get up on Makhleb just in general, but especially early, it lets you rev up to the cap and get your eventual brand. Yeah, they do call it a brand, and it's an injury brand. So tune in next time where we'll carry on with Dungeon 10 and onward. So thanks for watching this episode.